Hello, this is World University and Schools News and Question and Answer on Monday, December 12th, 2022 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time in the USA. Greetings, and as we wait to see if people will join us for this open conversation in Zoom video chat, I'd like to share a little news with you. People are welcome to join this conversation via the invitation on Twitter, twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH, and also in weekly emailings. If you'd like to join the emailings, email info@worlduniversityandschool.org. worlduniversityandschool.org is our email address, is our website address. Also, the recording of this will be posted to youtube.com/SCOTTMACLEOD WORLDUNIVERSITY, youtube.com/Scott MacLeod World University. So again, this is World University and Schools News and Question and Answer, an open conversation on Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, USA. So the first item I'd like to share with you news-wise is that World University and School is proceeding with accreditation and has recently received further good accrediting ideas from Sri Lanka World University and School campus in Sri Lanka, southeast of India, Rifai, who has the email address of Sri Lanka at worlduniversityandschool.org. And that is to potentially accredit our developing World University and School medical schools, planning 200 medical schools online and online teaching hospitals in each of all 200 countries and in their main languages. So to accredit with an organization potentially in Colorado called PIMED, PIMED.org, I think, PIMED.org, I think, and not only for perhaps our medical degrees, potentially free medical degrees that would be CC4 MIT OpenCourseWare centric, but also for continuing education. So to accredit medical courses at World University and School for continuing education of medical doctors. And I could see this having much salience in many different specialties in medicine, and newly because of World University and School's potential to be not only offering online free to students CC4OCW.MIT.edu centric degrees in the USA, but also in all 200 countries and in their main languages. In addition, such accreditation possibilities for continuing medical education with PIMED, conceptually, could articulate an interface with a realistic virtual earth for medicine, a realistic virtual earth for surgery, and also with World University and Schools planning for avatar bot electronic medical records. So think electronic health records or electronic medical records as would be created in hospital situations with newly avatar bots, and for all 7.9 billion people on the planet, each a Wikidata PIN number. And at the cellular and molecular levels too, potentially for even in the genetic engineering revolution with emerging drug therapies, for gene adding into our individual avatar bot electronic medical records, and then corresponding with patient therapies for actual people, physical people, relating to these avatar bot electronic medical records. So thank you to RIFI at Sri Lanka World University and School campus, southeast of India, for your accreditation ideas regarding our medical schools, and with potentially continuing education, medical courses for accreditation too. RIFI has also shared some great suggestions for expanding our accreditation planning beyond possibly Middle States Commission on Higher Education with offices in the greater Philadelphia area. And I'm currently living in Western Pennsylvania as the head of World University and School in a kind of asylum place, actually. But this has opened up a new possibility of accrediting with the Middle States Commission on Higher Education. So conceiving of accrediting World University and School with cc4ocw.mit, it's 2,600 courses in English and in approximately 6 other languages. World University and School would also seek to explore creating our degrees around CC3 Yale Open Yale courses, oic.yale.edu, and also with accrediting World University and School with the CC4 licensed CS First with Google at World University and School, learning the Scratch programming language with computer science first, and potentially which students currently at World University and School can matriculate in with this single course, this computer science CS First with Google at WUAS course, learning the Scratch drag and drop programming language, which language is emerging out of the MIT Media Lab and Harvard Graduate School of Education. And also World University and School would explore accreditation beyond, say, MIT OpenCourseWare and Yale Open Yale courses and CS First with Google at WUAS, with courses that we create, World University and School creates, that would be potentially in the Sinhala language in Sri Lanka, for example, for free bachelor, PhD, law, medicine, IB high school, and newly AA degrees, as well as master's degrees. But also on a developing WUAS Google education platform. So how to accredit World University and School with these new developments, possibly at Middle States Commission on Higher Education for possibly bachelor and PhD degrees, as well as AA and master's degrees in each of all 200 countries and in their main languages, are fascinating sets of questions. So accreditation with a new accrediting agency, such as Middle States Commission on Higher Education, is the second item I'd like to share with you beyond accreditation of our medical schools and possibly continuing medical courses, medical education accreditation, possibly with pimed.org, pimed.org. So that's the those are the next steps ahead for World University and School in terms of accreditation. Another item I'd like to share with you in terms of World University and School's focus and research, scientific and academic research into the questions of longevity and aging reversal, and with avatar bot electronic medical records on the digital side, and even in something like Google Street View with Time Slider, and in relation to also the California-based CIRM, CIRM, which recently posted an interesting article on Twitter on a single molecule called CD47, or maybe a single gene that relates to also a single molecule called thrombodosin that can be used to reverse muscle loss, to speed up the repair of muscles genetically. So can be used potentially to reverse muscle wasting that happens as people age. And with regard to possibly regenerating with stem pluripotent cells, the muscle of aging people, of people who have been injured. So in a brainstorming way, World University and School wonders how we might expand on this remarkable scientific research, these remarkable developments in aging reversal, stem cell-based genetic engineering questions with a hypothetical molecule. Let's call it AB97, 98, where one of the questions for researchers might be how to bring such a hypothetical molecule, such as an AB98 molecule, en masse, for example, to a person who has a slight hunch in their back as they age, as they're aging. I'm thinking in particular of my mother, who's 87 years old. She's not kyphotic, and she doesn't have osteoporosis, bone mass loss from osteoporosis. But the idea of bringing, doing genetic research, such as which the MIT and Harvard professor of genetics, George Church, is heralding in terms of possibly increasing or reversing the bone loss of aging, are fascinating questions. So, having taught yoga before as well, would it be possible to do STEM and scientific research into how to add molecules, a hypothetical AB98, to my mother's thoracic spine, the heart chakra area, for example, and add this hypothetical molecule to both the vertebrae and the ligaments there, and at the molecular level, begin to open up with adding genes back in to a hypothetical 87-year-old woman, thoracic spine, bones and ligaments, such that my mother's hunch, her slight stoop, which is not kyphosis, would begin to reverse, and she could begin to open up her chest area from within, from the molecular and cellular levels, thanks to a possible even vaccine or genetic input of stem cells that would allow her to reverse those aspects of aging. Who would be the scientists who would begin to study this process of, let's call it, slight bone loss that occurs in aging? Would it be CIRM in California, Center for the Institute for Regenerative Medicine, paralleling this study of the molecule CD47? Could be scientists in any of 200 countries even who might focus this. But this is a third agenda item, news item for today for the WUS News and Question and Answer, for where World University and School is heading with regard to questions of aging reversal and longevity genetic drug therapies. Fourth item I'd like to share with you before we close is the World University and School Open Monthly Business Meeting, which meets on the third Saturdays of the month at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon Eastern time, USA, is meeting again this upcoming Saturday, December 17th, 2022, at noon Eastern time for an hour only. And you're welcome to join this. We'll post the information about this to twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH. I've also posted recently, just this morning, the minutes from the last business meeting on November 19th, 2022, to Twitter, and check those out. Agenda and news for this upcoming Saturday's 12/17/2022 open monthly business meeting will be emerging soon. Stay tuned with regard to free online degrees that are accrediting, potentially for matriculating large numbers of World University and School students, first in English, on September 1st, 2023, that will lead the way to free online bachelor and PhD, potentially AA and master's degrees too, first in English again. So we'll post more about these developments to twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH, as well as World University and School's 2 blogs, which links you can find to also on Twitter at that Twitter URL. So that's the news for today for World University and School and the WUS News and Question and Answer. No one has chosen to join us. I'll post the recording of this video to youtube.com/Scott MacLeod World University. Free degrees that are CC4 licensed, OCW.MIT.edu centric, and Yale CC3 licensed, OYC.yale.edu. Degrees are coming. Talk to you next week, 12/19, Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Again, monthly business meeting, open, loosely conducted in the manner of Quakers, of friends. Hour-long, meets this Saturday, 12/17/2022 at noon Eastern time. Until next time, come join this conversation with your questions and answers on Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Invitation. meeting@worlduniversityandschool.org is the email address. Until next week, bye for now.